No, we didn't say about the bid-ask spread. So generally, dealers quote rates, and one is the rate at which they buy, one is the rate at which they sell. And you always want to buy high or low?
Low.
Low.
Buy low.
Buy low. Yeah, buy low and sell high. If you sell high, you get money and difference is profit. And that is the spread. Now the bid-ask spread is ask minus bid divided by midpoint. The midpoint is the average between the bid and the ask. You will see it in other places as ask minus bid over bid. It's not a big difference. The bid-ask spread obviously incorporates this this profit that the dealer gets. So here, the idea is, what do we use, the bid or the ask? Always remember that the quotes are given or quoted from the perspective of that institution, of the dealer. So this is the rate at which that bank or dealer buys. So they buy £1 for this amount of euros, and they sell £1 for this amount of euros. Write it here. So we have £1,000, and we are wanting to sell the £1,000, right? So we sell the pounds, and therefore we buy
Euros.
Yeah, and the bank?
Buys the pounds and sells us
Yes.
the euros.
Very good. So then, which rate?
We pay bid.
Yeah, so because we sell, the bank must buy the pounds or whatever we are selling. So the bank buys the pounds, and we always use the bank's rate, which is the bid rate. So the bid rate is 1.34. Do we multiply or do we divide?
Multiple. You're getting euros.
Yes, we multiply because remember, exchange rates are like ratios. So this goes with that, and you're left with the euro amount. Okay, very good. Yeah, now, oh sorry, this one. Which rate should we use? So here we have, so you, let's say you're the finance manager, you need to buy, so we buy dollars. Okay, so we buy dollars, therefore we sell pounds, right? And the bank?
They sell dollars.
And what rate should we use? Which rate should we use? No, not the ask. Why not?
Because you're buying.
63 or nothing.
Yeah, which rate did you use?
The bid.
Bid rate.
Yeah.
Why?
Because we're conversing just 100,000 divided by that.
Yeah, but why not divided by this?
Because that would be the opposite. That's the opposite transaction. That would be if we're like selling the dollars.
Yeah, exactly. But what guides you to choose that?
Well,
You're buying.
We buy.
yeah.
Buying.
The bankers are buying pounds and selling dollars.
Selling the. Yeah.
Yes. Very good. Yeah. So yeah, so you're correct, but I'm trying to just dot the I. So we buy the dollars, correct. Therefore the bank sells the
Sells.
dollar. the pound is at the denominator, right? Exactly. So therefore, because the quote is always from the bank's point of view and the pound is in the denominator, we want to know what is the bank doing to the pound, what they're buying. Therefore, we use the bid. So we use the bid for two reasons. One, the pound is in the denominator and we are selling, whereas the bank is buying. It's always from the point of view of the bank, therefore we use the bank's bid rate for pound. Not just any rate. If the quote was different, again, yeah, it would have to be the bid rate for the denominator currency. Okay, good. Very good. Ah, yeah, now this one. So this one just illustrates the inverse nature of exchange rates. As we said, an exchange rate is a ratio, and at the same time it's a coin with two sides, so you can quote it from either perspective. So now we have a bid and an ask. So let's start with the bid of the Singaporean dollar versus the euro. So this basically means that 1 euro is 1.716 Singaporean dollars. Or in other words, the dealer is buying 1 euro for this amount of Singaporean dollars. Okay. Yeah. So what is the direct quote in France?
Second one.
So first, yeah, actually it's not the second, but you are,
Are you sure?
it's a good point that it's only 1 and 2, yes. So
It's the
3
first.
can't be, because direct quote means that the euro should be in the numerator, direct. Indirect will mean euro in the denominator. So we eliminate option 3. So it's either 1 or 2. And it's 1, but the important thing here is not the calculation, because you can do that and guess them. The important thing is the intuition. So we have the bid. Okay, so what does this bid mean? It means that the dealer or the bank
Yeah,
buys 1 euro for Singaporean dollars, 1.716. So, in other words, so if the dealer buys euros, what do they sell? Yes, Singaporean dollars. So now let's do the ratios. So 1 euro is 1.7160 Singaporean dollars, right? Now 1 Singaporean dollar, right? Because we're selling 1 Singaporean dollar. So 1 euro for this and 1 Singaporean dollar
1 divided.
for how much? Yes.
1 divided by
that.
1 point.
Yes, very good. So then this x here is again so this goes with that, and we're left with an amount in euro of 1 over 1.7160. So this is the amount of euros here. So that tells us that if they buy 1 euro for this amount, they will sell 1 Singaporean dollar for this amount, whatever this is. So it must be this. So what is this quote? An ask or a bid?
Ask.
Yes, very
Ask.
good. So therefore it's 1, because we've just done this part. So it's because the dealer asks or sells 1 Singaporean dollar for this amount of euros. So 1 Singaporean dollar for 0.58 euros. And we don't even need to do the second one because the others are excluded. So this basically illustrates the inverse nature of the exchange rate. Or you can think of it like that. This is the rule, 3-point rule. How do you call it? But is it clear?
Yeah.
I have a question. So the bid is always higher than the ask. The bid rate is always higher. Is always lower than the ask.
Yes. You generally want to buy. Yes, you want to buy cheap, lower, and sell high. Sometimes maybe you don't manage that, but generally yes. You want the bid to be lower, as low as possible, and the ask as high as possible. And then the spread is the profit. Okay, so I think that's it with the lecture, and now it's triangular arbitrage, which we will do now. So from here, this is a tutorial. Now, you said that you have it in front of you, so I can get rid of this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have it in front of you, then I can use the board. Now have a look at question 2, and this is just very simply expressing the exchange quote, the exchange rate quote in words, and vice versa. So how do we write that in a quote? So the first one is given. Now, how do we write that it takes 25 Thai bahts to purchase $1? How do you write it?
Which question is that?
Question 2, sorry, I'm starting with question 2 because it's
Question 2.
it's again on the definitions and on the quotation too. So how do I write it? We should be at the denominator. So remember what we said about the unit or numeraire currency. So in this quote, for example, which one is the numeraire currency?
The Japanese.
No, the dollar. So basically, it is the currency that appears at the denominator. So 1 unit, so this slash symbol just tells you the amount of, so X units of whatever currency you have here buys, or is 1 unit of this currency. So this is a unit or numeraire currency, the one we don't write. So we can convert this into words, and it is then the price of $1, right? In terms of the other. Or instead of writing in terms of the other, is too long, we can include it here. This is the yen price of the dollar. Yeah? Okay, so now how do I write this? So 25 Thai bahts per $1. So which one should be at the denominator?
Dollar.
Yes.
Dollar.
Very good. So 25.15 Thai bahts. Okay, so now we have these two quotes. Yeah, very good. Enjoyed it. How do I write the yen price of the Thai baht?
The Thai is the denominator.
Flip one of them.
One
So which one should be at the denominator?
Thai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the yen price of the Thai baht is the numeraire currency. And how many units of yen will get us 1 Thai baht? Yes, and as you said, we will divide which one?
Only, well, just
One.
This by this?
This, yeah.
Yen by
No, no, that.
Divide.
Yeah,
That
very good.
by
This by that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
divide.
then
So we divide this because I'm writing it so you see it as a ratio. Exchange rates are just fractions. Right? And like with any ratios, we can simplify things and we get yen and Thai baht, which is what we wanted. The price of one Thai baht in terms of the yen. And then we just do the math, which is 104. Right, so that will give us something Thai baht. If anyone has the number.
4.15.
Sorry?
4.15.
Thank you. So 4 yen get you 1 Thai baht. Yes? Simple. But it's very important. And also the intuition is very important, for example, in the examples before. Question 1. Can you do question 1 yourself? A and B. And any questions so far?
You could do this another way, isn't
Yeah.
it? And just flip one of them and times them.
Yeah, it's basically 1 to the minus 1. Yeah, you inverse it.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. There will always be 2 ways to look at one,
Mm-hmm.
because as I said, it's coin with 2 sides. So we can see from the perspective of this or the perspective of the yen. So now if you do question 1, A and B, I'll hover around you and you can also take this chance to ask me any questions you have. And then we compare, and then we will do question 3 together because it's triangular arbitrage. And we didn't do that in the lecture. So question 1.